They said she was dangerous, a creature that tore through men like paper, something best kept in chains in the cold heart of the mountains. But when I saw her, I didn't see a monster. I saw eyes that had forgotten what kindness looked like. They paid me to guard her, to feed her, to keep her caged. But deep down, I knew the truth. They hadn't locked her up because she was a threat. They'd locked her up because she was proof of what they feared most: human mercy. If that opening hit you right in the gut, don't forget to hit like, drop a comment with your theory about who she really was, and subscribe for more human meets alien stories that make you question what's truly monstrous. Every click keeps this story alive and helps us bring the next chapter of humanity's legend straight to you. They came at dawn, 6 riders, their armor black as burnt steel, hooves striking stone like thunder. The leader had one eye sewn shut and the other cold as winter glass. When he spoke, even the market dogs went silent. "The Khan seeks a caretaker," he announced, holding up a sealed scroll. 5 taels of silver a month. 5 taels. Enough to buy medicine for my mother. Enough to keep us alive. But everyone stepped back, as if silver itself had turned poisonous. The man's single eye scanned the crowd until it found me. "You," he said. "You look desperate enough." He wasn't wrong. I hadn't worked in over a year. "What's the job?" I asked. He grinned, and that was worse than any answer. "Feed it every 3 days. Don't be late. It doesn't like to wait." He tossed the coin bag into my hands. It felt heavier than it should have, like I'd just caught my own death. When I brought the money home, my mother's first words weren't joy. They were fear. "When they pay in advance," she whispered, "it's because they don't expect you to come back." The road north was dust and silence. Merchants gave me strange looks, the kind you give a man walking toward his own grave. By the 3rd day, the river ran brown beneath the barge. Mountains rose like teeth on the horizon, sharp and cold. At the shore, an old man stared at me. "Blackstone?" he asked. When I nodded, he just muttered, "Then may the gods pity you," and looked away. The air thinned as I climbed. Trees vanished. Only rock, snow, and the sound of wind screaming through narrow passes. By dusk, I saw it. The Blackstone post. A fortress carved into the mountain itself, like the world wanted to bury it. The guards didn't ask questions. They saw the Khan's seal and just said, "You're the new caretaker." The last one, they told me, left in the middle of the night. They found him barefoot in the valley. They handed me a map and pointed toward a trail that looked more like a scar than a road. 2 hours, they said. But as I started up that path, with the fog closing in around me, I realized something chilling. The silence wasn't natural. It was listening. The camp was nothing but a torn tent, a dying fire, and a man who looked like he'd already died once. His beard was matted, his eyes hollow. He didn't speak until I asked, "What am I guarding?" He pointed toward a tunnel carved straight into the rock. Bars of black iron glimmered faintly inside. "Give it dried fish. 1 a day. Don't get close. Don't look into its eyes." "Why?" I asked. He rolled up his sleeves. 4 long scars clawed across his arms. "Because they're beautiful." He left without another word. And then I heard it. Chains. Slow. Deliberate. Something breathing deep in the dark. Scratching stone like it was counting. When night fell, I followed orders. Placed the fish in front of the bars. Waited. Something dragged forward. A flash of movement. The fish vanished. Then silence. I sat by the fire, every muscle tense. Hours passed. The wind howled. I almost convinced myself I'd imagined it, until I looked up and saw them. 2 green eyes glowing in the darkness. Not animal, not human. Just watching, silent, waiting. And for the first time I wondered, who was really the prisoner here? It or me? Days bled into weeks. I hunted, cooked, and left food near the bars. She, the creature, began to move closer. Sometimes her paw brushed my hand when she took the meat. Warm, soft, almost human. Her eyes weren't just green anymore. They were alive. Curious, intelligent, and for the first time, I stopped calling her it. Then, one noon, the Khan's emissaries arrived. 2 men, drunk and loud. They brought silver, laughter, and cruelty. They saw her and started mocking, throwing stones, jeering like boys with fire. "Enough," I said. They shoved me aside. One grabbed my throat, slamming me against the bars. And that's when it happened. A blur of motion. A scream cut short. The man collapsed, throat ripped open. The other froze, eyes wide, until I shoved him. Straight over the cliff silence, only wind and blood. I looked back. She stood there, breathing hard, her fur matted with crimson, her eyes locked on me. I could have run. I didn't. Instead, I picked up the sword, walked into the cell, and struck the chains that bound her. 1, 2, 3. They broke, and so did every rule I'd ever known. For a heartbeat, we just stood there, me and her, surrounded by the scent of iron and rain. Freedom hung in the air, heavy and unreal. "Let's go," I said. My voice trembled. She didn't answer at first, just stepped toward the light, the broken chains dragging behind her like ghosts. Her fur shimmered gold beneath the morning sun. She wasn't a beast. She was beautiful. A person. A story the Empire tried to bury. When she finally spoke, her voice was low, melodic, almost human. "Take me to my territory, where my kind live." I wrapped her in a cloak from the fallen guard. The hood shadowed her face, hiding the truth from the world. Together, we walked down that cursed trail, man and feline, prisoner and warden, both fugitives now. Every gust of wind aride a question. What would they call me when they found out? Traitor? Savior? Maybe both. But as her hand brushed mine, soft, warm, alive, I realized something simple and dangerous. They hadn't paid me to guard a monster. They'd paid me to guard a miracle. And I'd done the one thing they feared most. I'd set hope free. And that is how a simple guard broke an empire's command. Not with a sword, but with mercy. Because sometimes the bravest thing a human can do is see the monster and still choose compassion. If this story hit you right in the heart, drop a comment, share your thoughts, and hit that like button. Because every time you do, another story like this comes alive.